Hi, good morning. Welcome to Facebook Live. I'm Ree from Mummy of Four, and today we are talking all about the pesky clock change and how it has stolen our sleep, or more specifically, stolen our children's ability to go to sleep, so therefore has stolen our sleep. I don't know about you, but I think a lot of children across the country, so therefore a lot of parents, are feeling the effects of the pesky clock change. Because, hello, hi Emma, hi Jenna, yeah, they're feeling the effects because we're getting a lot of, I don't need to go to bed, because it's light outside. I know, it's light outside, so there are things you have to put in place in order to get our children to go to bed at the same time. Because as parents, and give me some hearts if you know what I'm talking about here, as parents, if we know that if our children stay up later than they should, they cross over from tired into overtired. And overtired equals crazy. Oh, hi Cindy, thanks for joining. Do you want a drink? 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 Good signing. Oh, hi Lynn, thank you for joining. We're doing a bit of baby signing, by the way, as a total aside. And kaka is drink. So that's, we're getting there, aren't we? Yes. Right, so what can we do to encourage our children, ever so gently, to please kindly go to sleep so that they don't end up staying up too late, becoming overtired, and then becoming nightmares? Becoming total nightmares. Oh, Jenna says she misses you, Zaza. Yeah? Oh, we'll see you very soon. Yeah. Thank you for commenting. Right. So what can we do? There are a number of things that we can do. Now, one of my go-to things as a mum, if there's any issue at all, has got to be a reward chart. So just give me some hearts flowing across the screen if reward charts are something that you've done with your children. Now you can get some like printable reward charts or buy some in shops and things. Now our favourites, these were a bit expensive, but they sort of end up as like in the children's room as part of their kind of decor. These are from Amazon. I will link these. Put some links down below as soon as I finish the live to where you can get these. And these are really lovely reward charts. We've got one for Will and one for Bella, and they absolutely love them. They've got these little Velcro stars. They can choose what their kind of targets are, you've got some that you can kind of write in yourself, if you can see that, or some that are like preset, like help around the house, do the homework. So we agree which things they want to work on. So for our children, it's listening. They get stars for listening well, or stars for cooperating with each other and sharing nicely, so not screaming and hitting each other. But yeah, these stars work really well. At the moment, my lot for this clock change, because I've already implemented all this stuff, haven't been too bad. But previously, in previous years, it's been a case of, do you know what? You go to bed and behave yourself, you get one of these lovely stars, and then you get whatever reward that we've agreed on. And this time they've chosen cinema. So those reward charts are super. Next top tip. By the way, stay tuned to the end of this live, because I will be sharing my most valuable top tip at the very end of the live. And that most valuable top tip is pretty much free. It's something you will have in your house already. So it's something you don't have to go out and buy. These other things you might have to buy, but one at the end is the best. Anyway, the next one. A grow clock. Have you seen these before? Gosh, the colours look a bit funny on the screen, don't they? Basically, obviously it's not set to the right time, I've just randomly plugged it in now. But you set up this clock, and you set up the time that you want the children to go to sleep and the time you want to... Oh, nice, you've just dribbled everywhere. Lovely, I'm so cute. Hey, live everyone. This is real life. Right, so you set up this clock for the time that the sun comes up in the morning. So you agree that you want your children to get out of bed at 7 o'clock, say, for example. And so you set that to 7 o'clock. Yeah, they're great, aren't they? Jenna says she has on these. And then you set when it's time for the children to go to bed, you just press this little thing here. We can just demonstrate that now. And then the sun kind of blinks and he goes to sleep. It's really sweet. So it's like, look, we know that the sun isn't actually going to sleep outside at the moment, but the sun in your room is going to sleep. This means it's time for you to go to bed. So we're like, so what we do is we use this in conjunction with these, and they get a star on one of these if they can stay in bed until the sun comes up. You know, seems pretty reasonable. The children know what's expected of them, and hopefully that works and everyone's happy. So that's top tip number 2. Now my next top tip is something I wrote a blog post about last Friday. Who has heard of The Rabbit That Wants to Fall Asleep? Now basically it's a book that claims to hypnotise your children to sleep. And you sit there and you read them this story, and it's got sort of elongated words where you have to say things very slowly. Now, in our house, I couldn't see this working because our children, obviously they go to bed in separate rooms. We all have story time in one room, and then they go to bed in their separate rooms. So, in theory, they're sort of supposed to lie down in bed, kind of listening to this story, and quietly fall asleep while you read it to them. In our house, that's not going to work because they kind of all are involved in the story, and then I've got to go and put them all to bed. So, we have discovered the way that this book can actually work for us, and it's the audiobook. So what happens is we still have story time as normal. As Jenna said in the comments, there's actually a storybook about the clock. It comes with a clock, which is fantastic. So that's like a good option for story to read about why it's important to go to sleep. And then, I'm going to show you this. Then we put this audiobook on. Now, it's a little bit alarming because at the beginning of the audiobook, so there's actually 2 versions. There's the rabbit that wants to fall asleep and the elephant that wants to fall asleep. Now, at the beginning of the story, it's a bit alarming. It starts with warning. So let's see if we can get this to play.
This audio program is presented by Audible.com. Audible. Audio that speaks to you wherever you are.
This warning is a bit alarming. Listen.
Warning.
Warning.
Use this audiobook with caution.
So basically,
it may cause drowsiness or an unintended
how
cackle.
alarming is that?
And never listen to this audiobook
don't
out
listen to it while
loud
driving,
close to someone driving any
or don't
type
listen
of
to it as a
vehicle
parent
or
if you're trying not to
engaged in
fall asleep. But as you fast forward through the story,
he and you became
very
now.
Oh. See, there's just, it's basically the world's most boring story that hypnotises you to go to sleep.
Roger and
Now,
Mommy Rabbit
slowly.
continues.
But you know what? It works.
Little path
This thing works.
down
I'm going to turn it off now
go
before
your
I start drifting off in the
the other
kitchen.
side
10 o'clock in the
of the
morning.
meadow.
Ah, we can't make it stop, Zelda.
After
We
a
can't make it
while,
stop.
they met
We
the
can't make it
beautiful,
stop. We don't want to fall
wise,
asleep.
heavy-eyed owl.
Anyway, I would say that I know people, I've got friends that have read the story to their children, and reading it does work from what I've heard, but the audiobook has got to be better. So you can read them an actual story that they want to engage with and have fun at story time, and then what we do is we put the audiobook on and leave the room. So if your children are sort of like, oh, I don't want to sleep, it's too loud, it's like, right, okay, it's all right. You don't have to go to sleep now. Just listen to this lovely new story I bought you. What a treat that will be. A lovely, lovely story to listen to. Oh, you've seen a banana, have you? Do you want a banana? Do you want to eat? You want to eat, okay. Right, we'll have a banana. We have to go in the kitchen and have a... Right, here you go. Zara wants to eat, so there we go. I can carry on talking to you then. Zara's going to eat. There you go. Can I have that? There we go. Right, bear with me. Excuse me while parenting gets in the way of Facebook Live, but real life, eh? Anyway, so I don't know if any of you have actually used this rabbit that wants to fall asleep. I'd say there's an elephant that wants to fall asleep as well, and I believe there's also a tractor that wants to fall asleep. Apparently tractors need to go to sleep. But yeah, all those things, those different stories. Like Bella prefers listening to the elephant that wants to fall asleep, even though she's obsessed with bunnies. She prefers the elephant one. William prefers the rabbit, and you know it works. In fact, my 13-year-old, all the others had gone to bed hours ago, and I thought, why can I hear the blinking rabbit that wants to go to sleep? Is it on repeat or something? And my 13-year-old had put it on in his room because he's like, oh, I couldn't sleep. So I put it on. And apparently it worked. So, I don't know. I just know that I can't sit on my bed to do anything after I put into bed if I can hear it, because it kind of makes me want to drift off. Banana, is that? Zara wants a banana. You going to say hello to everyone? There you go. You want banana? Ooh, bananas are exciting. Banana, yes, banana. Banana is one of Zara's words at the moment. She's using a lot. Right, so far, tips we've got. We've got the little elephant that wants to hypnotise your children to sleep. We've got the star chart, and we've got the grow clock. Now I'm going to go on to tell you about a trick that I wish I'd known before having all of my children. Now, I know, I'm sure you've read, I've written blog posts about it and with routine and about adult sleeping and everything, but it's so important to have darkness in order to go to sleep. It's something to do with the chemicals in our brain, and if we haven't got the right level of darkness, the chemicals that help us fall asleep don't exist properly, and it's really difficult to go to sleep, which is obviously why the children don't want to go to bed, they don't want to fall asleep in these like crazy early light evenings. So before now I've bought like roller blinds, which you can pull down, and then you have to have kind of roller blinds and curtains with all the cracks around the edge. Or I've bought those blinds you stick to the window with like suckers. Like I think they're by the same company, so they're called the Grow blind actually. It's like a blackout blind. But you know, I don't know how much they are, like 20, 30 quid, something like that. Do you know what? The answer is this stuff. Tin foil. Tin foil is going to save your sanity. And I'm going to tell you how. Basically, all you do is wet the back of the tin foil and it sticks to the glass of the window. So you can, until the evenings get a bit darker, if your children just will not go to sleep because it is too light, just wet the tin foil, stick it to the window, and ta-da! It's really, really dark in their bedroom. Like, it's dark. So if you add in the tin foil, in fact, you're going to only do one thing, do the tin foil. The tin foil is free. Okay, you have to buy it, but it's in your kitchen. I found this in my drawer. I didn't have to purchase it. I use the tin foil. Stick the tin foil to the window, black out the sun, and then if they're still being difficult, try a star chart, knock them out with the rabbit or the elephant that want to fall asleep. That's hypnotise your children gently. And I'm not saying it will work for every single child, but, you know, it works for my children. That's all I can say. And there are disclaimers on it that we'll read aloud to say it won't work for everyone, or say, warning, don't listen to it while you're trying to drive. But so between the clock, the elephant, the stars and the tin foil, I hope some of that works for you. And I hope that your children adjust very soon to the sleep problems that you may be facing since the clocks have gone back. So if you've been watching this video and you've enjoyed it, please give me lots of hearts. The only way Facebook knows to show this to other people is with comments, and Facebook doesn't even like likes anymore. A like apparently just means I have seen it. If you like it, we want the hearts or the wows, apparently. Hearts or wows. And there is no limit to how many times you can tap it. You can just tap. So as you're watching someone's video, you can just tap, 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 tap. Press the heart button, and then Facebook goes, hey, this must be great content. I will show it to lots of other people. So if you could do that for me, I'd be very, very grateful. Next, we normally do a Facebook Live on a Wednesday at 10 a.m, but next week is half term, so it's all crazy. We've got a whole load of stuff going on. So there will be Facebook Live, but it won't be at the super duper pre-scheduled time. It'll just be kind of randomly popping up. And then after Easter, we're going to go back to being nice and regimented and organised. So, Zara, you going to say goodbye to everybody? You're going to say bye-bye? You're going to wave bye-bye to everybody? You're just going to laugh at yourself. Wave bye-bye and say goodbye to everyone on Facebook Live. Bye! Bye, everyone.